Alright guys, you're welcome back to our class. This is the kool-ace educational media. In this class, we're going to be presenting you how to plot a physics graph using a Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, looking at the screen, you're already seeing a Microsoft PowerPoint app. And then this is for a physics exposition. The math exposition will be coming up shortly. Now, how do you plot a graph? Maybe perhaps you have a presentation. Maybe perhaps you want to communicate your idea to your students to the best possible way you can be able to do it, maybe in diaspora. You would, you would not really want to draw your graph on the table. Maybe you have an online class. You would not necessarily want to draw your graph on a board, on a graph board using a marker. You may not necessarily want to use a graph sheet of paper to plot and then snap and send and those kind of things. You can actually use a PowerPoint to draw your graph, and that is what we want to show you. How do you do that? Simple. Okay, how do you do that? You do that simply by doing what we have here. Now, here I have a graph already. This is already a physics graph. You can see that I have already tabulated my result out of the experiment I had conducted earlier. Now, in this particular experiment, they asked us to draw a graph of V against D, or it can take any shape. You can say D against V, anyhow you feel like, no matter, depending on the instruction that you have. Okay, we can plot a graph of V against D for this demonstration. Now, to do that, you go to your home, then open up a new slide. Here is a new slide, you can see. Now, we don't need a title for this because for our graph there's going to be a title, so you're going to expand this. We want the graph to be very visible, so let's expand the the space that we have in order to have a very visible graph. Having done this, our graph is found here, chart. You will see insert chart. It depends on your PC. Here is insert chart. You click insert chart. You're going to see the lineup from here. You're going to click XY scatter now, and then you OK. Once you do that, you're going to see both the graph and a graph table that would appear. Now, you have a table. All you have to do is go back to your table. We are plotting a graph of V on the vertical axis, so we are going to highlight all of the V. There are 5 values of V and copy. Here on this graph table here, you can see Y values. Tap the first value and then also drag this down to the fifth one because you have 5 values, and then right click and paste. Then you go to the D, which you want to plot on the horizontal axis. Also highlight all the values of D here and then right click and copy. Then go to the X value on the graph here and then drag it up to the fifth one and then paste. So once you have achieved this, already automatically on this your graph here, these values would have reflected. It will be plotted for you easily. So let's go back and confirm. Now we are through with this table. We don't need it. I can close it. So you can see all of the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 has been plotted for us neatly. And you can depend on this plotting because it's very, very accurate, more than the one you trace. But our graph as it looks here looks very untidy. It's not so convincing, so we have to do some work. So let's click on the graph. You will see a plus sign here. Click on the plus and then you see some chart elements that will come out. We need an axis title, so I've put it here. You need a trend line. You can see the trend line has come out. We also want our grid line to be smaller, so we'll click both this one to make the grid line very small. We have reduced it. You can actually do it go to option and even reduce it the more. If you go to options, you will see all of them will come out and then you can actually do that. But that one you can learn it on your own. It's not really difficult. Now here we have our axis title. So I plotted a graph. Let me see. I plotted a graph of V. So let me delete this axis title here and put V. You can actually change the position if you want. So this is V. I can put it I can put it at the top. You can, let's check. Let me show you how to do that. Let's go to here. Go to plus. This is the axis title. Go here. Go to more options. You now decide where you want to put it. Right? You can here. Yes. Vertical alignment. Top, middle, bottom, anywhere. If you put, if you want it to be horizontal, see the way it is, and all of those. This is for x-axis and for y-axis. All those things you can set them here the way you want. Me, I prefer my own to be where it is. And then you go here. This is D. So I put my D bracket CM and bracket close. D small letter according to the, so this is what I have. Now, having done this, let me work on this trend line. Let's tap the trend line, or you can just simply go to plus, go to trend line, more options, and then once it opens, you can change, go to the setting here, change the dash type to true line. You can actually increase the size if you want. You can see the thickness, but I prefer 1.75. Then let's go back here and change and move this backward to make intercept. I can actually use 0.1. If you tap it, you notice that it is approaching 0. You want to increase the trend line by these values. Let's see 0.2. Let's see 0.25. Okay, it's almost there. Let's use 0.29. You can see. So you can just do this. If I increase, maybe let's say let's use 3. Let's see whether, okay, you can see. Once it has made intercept, to open up for negative axis plotting. So, and this is not the way I want my graph to be. Unless you are plotting a negative graph, then you can do this. But so I think that 0.29 is okay for me. So having done this, I will now proceed to the title my graph. So here I have it here. I can write a graph of V against D. You can see. So you can design it, you can bolden it, you can actually change the font, change the color as you want. Even the graph, if you don't want this graph to take this, just tap the graph and go to setting. I can choose any color I want here. I don't know what I will use. Okay, let me use red. So I want to change, it means you tap all compartments of the graph and change it to red. So this is not this. I tapped the wrong one. Alright, so here change it to red. Let's change this one. Let's change this one right to red. Let's change this one to red. Let's change the borders to red. No, not this. You can actually just do that. Okay. Okay, I think they are red already. That's why these ones are coming up. Alright, so you can see it's more neater like this. If you want, you can also, if you want, maybe because of design, you can actually do change color. Go here, put any color that you want. Okay, maybe green, or you want the axis that is being distinguished to be more clear. You can actually use color. You can actually broaden it, and you can also change the font as you wish, depending on the space you have. Right, so these are some of the things you can do. But finally, for this particular tutorial, you want to deduce your slope. Now you can see that for now there is no mechanism that will help you to deduce accurate slope, so you have to be the one to design your slope yourself. So you go to home, select and then to deduce the slope you look for um, a point where we have um, a 90 degrees point. So this is what we can use this, and then of course you can change the weight based on how you want it, and then draw the horizontal axis also from this point along this line to make intercept here. So I can also change the weight back to meet up with the other ones. So here you can see I have my graph. So it depends on what you want now. So with this, for physics now, they will ask you to deduce your slope. So you just open up a new tab. If you like, you can actually just write the title, give it every design you want, centralize it, bolding it, choose maybe a setting font that you like. I like Chilas very well. Increase this and then write slope equal to, then you go to insert equation. You go to equation, select your fraction, then here is what you have. So you can do change in V all over change in D. So like that now you can now do your slope. Fraction, then this is where you now take the reading on what you have on your table. Here, if you trace this to the vertical, it's going to give you 0.6. If you trace this to the vertical, it's also going to give you 0.1. So that's where you go here and put your 0.6 minus 0.1. That's all. Then you do same for horizontal, equate, punch, and find your value, write your unit. So this is a simple tutorial on just what to do. Now this is straightforward. I will encourage you when you start doing this, you can explore. There are so many things to explore. Just go to this, click on this, go to this plus. There are so many elements that are here. Just explore them and then learn from them. We would also show you a beginner's guide on the mathematics graph in our next video. Thank you for staying through. We sincerely appreciate you. God bless you. Please do well to like and subscribe, and of course share this video if it has blessed you. God bless you richly.